Zomato's been up, it's been rallying. After Tiger Global, another investor is in fact letting go, diluting its stake in Zomato. Stake, in fact, it acquired after acquisition of Blinkit. It means well for Zomato.
At least it's reflecting very well in the price of Zomato this morning. Zomato stock was up about 1.5% or so, not nearing its 100 rupee mark. And I think in trade today, we should see the stock maybe touch the 100 rupee mark finally. Of course, Zomato, as we know, listed in April or May 2021 and had taken a massive beating immediately after its listing. Now, a lot of its original shareholders, including angel investors as well as venture capitalists, continue to be invested in the stock, and that investment period ended last week. So they could now freely offload their stake in Zomato, and they were legally clear to offload their stake, and that is what we started seeing. It started with Tiger Global, it moved on to SoftBank. And now there are talks that there could be one or two other investors also who hold some sort of blocks in Zomato, finally offloading them in the open market. And that is seeing a positive impact on the stock of Zomato. Remember, Zomato also turned profitable last month, of course, on account of a technical sort of, book accounting, not literally cash flow, as we
Positive,
call it. So there was, of course, a long-term depreciation, asset reallocation, etc., which lent the stock and the profitability of the company to sort of go in the green. But overall, yeah, I think good times for quick commerce, with a startup listing, becoming profitable, stock price moving in the right direction, and investors who were part of the initial journey of a startup like Zomato seeing some value in not holding on to the stock but actually selling it and taking their profits back with them.
What does it really mean for food delivery segment and for apps that are delivering food at this point in time? Not just delivering food, quick commerce too, Kush. I mean, look at Zepto, the first unicorn of this year so far, and valuations are looking good, numbers are looking good. Could you perhaps apprise us on what yours at this point? How do you feel Zomato stock will be moving in near months to come? Is it a buy? Is it a sell? And the quick commerce and the commerce delivery apps in general.
So, if I jog my memory, a little, the last time I was here, we started the discussion with Paytm. And, I put Zomato stock on the radar precisely for this reason that, the stock has actually now recovered very well from the lows and now is in a space where you could comfortably, look at a trading bet also in this stock. Now, if I look at the last few months move, the stock's actually respected the 20-day moving average for the most part. In fact, as a part of our advisory service, we recommended this stock for targets of 99 and 103 for the near term. The target 1 seems to be hit, on course to hitting target 2. But, as I was listening, if someone's got a positional bet in this, someone's bought it at around, those 130, 140 kind of levels where we had seen a lot of accumulation happen when the stock started to fall from 170 levels, the listing levels. I think those levels are also in sight now. It might just take some time, but I think, 125 to 130 levels are also in sight. So I would actually suggest a fresh entry also in this stock. Now, as far as the entire space goes, the entire space has actually been doing well. The likes of Paytm, maybe Policy Bazaar also already moved and then, went into a sideways mode. But the two stocks that I have on my radar from this space are Paytm and Zomato. And looks like, it's steadied, the ship steadied and, good times ahead.
So talk to us about ONDC, Kush. Do you see ONDC to be a game changer? Because Zomato has its own tech platform, Zomato has its own logistics arm, but Paytm and Paytm Mall, of course, ceased to exist. But Paytm, we've seen the food delivery vertical of Paytm is now riding on ONDC. So do you see ONDC, Kush, to be a game changer when it comes to business operations of Zomato, let's say, versus Paytm, which are both your stock picks?
Not really. And I'll give you a very simple reason. When, Jio Financial Services was announced, Bajaj Finance took a beating and how, right? My point of view, my view there was very simple. Also, let me just add one more case in point. Asian Paints, a lot of companies, I think including JSW, they announced, their foray into the, paint space, and Asian Paints took a knock. Let's not forget, these guys are leaders and, they've stood the test of time. They know how to manage, competition, how to manage the market share, all of that. Now, while, some competition will probably, hit the margins by a little bit here and there. But the way I see it, the way India story is shaping up right now, this will only expand the market. So I don't really see ONDC, denting, Paytm, Zomato, or any of these businesses, by a whole lot. If at all, as I said, it'll probably just, expand the market, bring more, consumers, bring more, clients on the, on board. But I don't really see, the leader sort of taking such a big knock. And again, like we mentioned about JSW, it'll take time for these ideas to translate into numbers. So I'll wait and watch. I don't see this as a very big dent just yet.